Hey Juventini, welcome back to the All Juve Cast channel, where of course it's all Juve all the time. I'm Alberto. I'm going to hit you with the news surrounding La Vecchia Signora to May 3rd. We are going to talk about some of the transfer rumblings happening right now. We're going to talk the futures of a couple of our youngsters, and then we're going to talk about what happened on the training pitch today. All that right now. All right, Juventini. So before we get kicked off with this news, and there's a lot of news today, okay, we're just going to remind everybody to like the video and please subscribe to the channel. Why subscribe? Why not? All right. So all subscribers are automatically entered to win this away kit from Vlahovic, of course. And we're happy to give this thing away in about a week and a half. Okay. So make sure you stay tuned, but make sure you are subscribed and join the AJC army, which continues to grow daily. All right. So thank you to everybody else for all your continued support. And quick reminder to show some love to stripedheartsapparel.com, the best in custom Juve fan merch out there. Okay, and this is the Vlahovic tee that I'm rocking right now, and this is backed by popular demand, available on the site right now. Okay, now without further ado, let's get to the news. There is a ton of it. Are you ready? I'm ready. Let's get into it real quick. Marco Piazza. Marco Piazza remains Juventus property, and he will remain Juventus property. He has a contract ending with Juventus in 2023, and Torino, where he's been on loan recently, will not be taking the option on Marco Piazza. So he will yet again return to Juventus. Do not expect him to be entered into the fold in any capacity. He will be just simply loaned out again, or they will look for some type of sale. Okay, so there you have it for Marco Piazza. Very disheartening scenario for the player. He had a lot of hype around him when he came to Juventus, and we were all very excited and hoping the best for him. It just hasn't panned out, and of course he's had injury woes earlier on in that stint, so it is what it is. Now, in terms of a player Juventus is being linked with out of nowhere, okay, with Milan, Jesse Lingard. What are your thoughts on Juve being linked with Jesse Lingard? For me, it's quite simple. Pass. That's it. That's all I'm going to leave it on. But again, you all know the drill. I lay it out for you to play it out. So let me know what you think about that link out of nowhere. Okay, drop it in the comment section. Now, moving on, Champions League qualification. We know that Juventus has basically secured Champions League play next season with games in hand, but that Champions League qualification also triggered the option on Chiesa. We will be making the deal permanently. We will have those funds heading over to Fiorentina. This would have happened regardless. Okay, we know that Juventus would have been purchasing. It was never in doubt whether the option was hit or whatever. They were going to make this thing permanent with Chiesa, and now they will. There's also the ongoing discussions about him taking the number 10 for next season. So there you have it. These funds, how do these funds affect us? We have to factor it in because it's outgoing money now that will obviously play part in this mercado. That being said, Juventus apparently has about 50-60 million euros to spend. Okay, 50 to 60 million euros to spend. This comes into play when we talk about Sergei Milinkovic-Savic. Okay, you're going to hear contradicting reports right now ongoing with Sergei Milinkovic-Savic. It is said that PSG and, of course, Man U are the most serious for the player. However, the contradiction to that is that you're going to hear Juventus has apparently been working ongoing talks with his entourage and has a 5-year proposal for the player at 4 to 5 million euros salary. Currently, he makes a little over 1 million. So that's a big jump for him. And it's 5 years guaranteed. And it's with Juventus, and it keeps him in Italy, which is also something that has been subtly hinted that the player would like to remain in Italy. So it's all up in the air right now. Of course, the one side note that everybody's got to factor in is that it's Lotito. Lotito will push for his 80 million apparently, and that's what puts Man U and PSG in play. However, the players will. I've said this all along. If Juventus can manage to get the players will, it won't matter. And as time goes, they just can't take the risk of losing Sergei Milinkovic-Savic for less money if they don't get a deal done, if the players will is in fact Juventus. So obviously eyes will be on this scenario the entire way. What does this mean to Juventus in the aftermath should a Milinkovic-Savic deal happen? So this news is breaking out today as well. And basically what it looks like is if Sergei Milinkovic-Savic comes in, Rabiot would become top priority of players to move. Okay. And in my opinion, this is probably the best route to go. The alternative plan would be to bring in a regista. Whereas if Sergei Milinkovic-Savic comes in, Locatelli becomes regista, and Artur would stay to play essentially behind Locatelli in that role. Now, if Sergei Milinkovic-Savic isn't brought in, apparently what they would do is they would keep Rabiot and then they would look for another regista. And then you have the talks about Jorginho and even loosely De Jong, then Paredes, and so on. So there's your two plans. For me, it's simple. Milinkovic-Savic should be the main goal, and then look to get rid of Rabiot. Any way you slice it, Rabiot is not worth the 7 million euros that he is getting paid, and he came in on a free, so it's a great capital move, just getting rid of him. So he becomes top priority. That is the plan I should go. But again, can't wait to hear from all you Juventini. So drop your thoughts in the comments to this video, and let's get chatting Juve here. Now let's take it over to the training ground with the team today and what took place. We got good news and bad news. What do you want first? Good news or the bad news? Good news? Okay. Good news is that Locatelli, Quadrado, and De Sciglio all returned to the pitch in training. Now, so did Weston McKennie. He came in a little bit later, and Weston McKennie joined training as well. I don't know what capacities all of them trained on, but it's great to have them back on the pitch. It's one step closer. Again, Locatelli in doubt for the remainder of the year. McKennie still remains in doubt for the rest of the year. We're going to wait to see timetables on these players. The bad news, I did say there was bad news. Bad news, Luca Pellegrini left the pitch limping after a clash with Alvaro Morata. He is now in jeopardy. Hopefully he can be available for the Coppa Italia final against Inter, and we're going to see if some of these other players can become available for that final. Obviously, Weston and Luca are really on the outskirts looking in, so we will continue to follow all of their statuses. Now, in terms of our youngsters, I said we were going to talk about the youngsters. Miretti could go out on loan to a Serie B side next season. Okay, so Miretti, look for him to be loaned out. I know that there was a lot of talks, a lot of hypes, especially after a great showing for him in his first start. However, look for him to go out on loan. Fagioli is the interesting one, okay? He could very well be part of Allegri's squad next season. I've been doubtful, not seeing it happen, thinking that he should probably go out to Serie A first. But here's what the kicker is. If he is not a part of Juve's squad next season, he may not renew, and Juventus does not want to lose the youngster. And there's the big kicker. Okay, so if Fagioli comes in and he's a part of Allegri's squad next season, it's very simple. He will renew. If he isn't, however, he could look to go elsewhere. And honestly, you might not blame the kid, but here you go. Here's a scenario where now all of a sudden I'm starting to change my mind. And I think, yeah, he very well could be part of it, because you do not want to lose Fagioli outright. So there you have it. That wraps up the news. Okay, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new here. And again, show some love to stripesartsbarrel.com. But more importantly, let's get talking. Okay, so drop your thoughts on everything I gave you in this video in the comment section, and we'll talk. And I'll be back tomorrow. Okay, hope you enjoyed. Finoallafine, Forza Juve. Ciao.